welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. Today's blend that we're going to do is kind of interesting, the way I've come across it. I was actually watching an HBO special on Mel Brooks. I was talking about his career, how he started, and it mentioned that Mel Brooks befriended Cary Grant. And so I thought, that's right. Cary Grant was a pipe smoker. Let's do the review on what he smoked. And he smoked Kramer's blend for Cary Grant. And so that's what we're doing today.
You were telling me a little bit earlier about Kramer, how they started off as a brick and mortar shop in Hollywood. Is that correct? And how did they come about? Do they have like multiple blends from multiple different?
Yeah, that was kind of the pipe store for the stars is what it was, and famous people would go in there and get blends from Mr. Kramer, and some others who were regulars would have blends created for them, and Danny Kaye had one. They have a Father Dempsey as well, and Cary Grant also had his. So there were several blends that were named after movie stars or important people during that time.
I thought that was really cool and really interesting whenever you mentioned that to me. So
yes, they don't do those types of things anymore because the FDA regulations. You can't just go in and have somebody blend your own pipe tobacco. So that was pretty special. Yeah, this is an English blend, and it contains Cavendish, Latakia, Turkish Orientals, and also Virginias. And it also has a little bit of an Irish mist topping, so a little bit of a alcohol topping on there. It is a thick ribbon cut, and it comes in tins and in bulk form. And what we are going to review is the bulk form one. Okay, the strength of it is about mild to medium. Flavoring is very mild. The taste is also about moderate, I would say. And so with all of that background, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the blend. What did you think about the tin note on this one?
We were talking about it earlier, and it was just really hard for me to pick up a whole lot out of the tin note. It's relatively bland for me. I get a little bit of the Latakia and a little bit of the Virginia, but other than that, it was just pretty bland, and there was just not a whole lot going on with the tin note. It's a pretty straightforward tobacco smell.
Yeah, I really had to stick my nose in this for a long time to kind of get what I was looking for on this. And there is a touch of a sweetness behind it, probably from the Irish mist, but it's very, very light. There's a little bit of smoky from the Latakia. There's a little bit of a honey background, also a citrus background, and maybe a dark fruit also. But again, saying that, it's really hidden in there. Yeah,
you've got to really, really dive in.
I mean, to me, more than anything, I just smell tobacco. So that's kind of the tin note that I get, and it's like I said, it's a very, very light tin note.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts about the taste?
The taste was a little bit interesting. We talked about how at first it was almost like a spiciness that you got to it, like off the initial light, and then the char light, and then the relight maybe after that. It was just a little bit of a spicy flavor. Mostly what I got out of it, though, I got a little bit of the Orientals and a little bit of the Virginia because of my tongue's really into Virginias right now. But that, a light tobacco, like not light tobaccos and the tobacco's not present, but it was like a lighter tobacco taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm almost through with this bowl right here. But right at the very beginning, the Oriental spice just hits me hard. And then as I smoke it into it about a fourth of the way through, then it starts to tame down a little bit and it starts tasting more like an English blend. You get a little bit of the Latakia smokiness. You get a little bit of the hay citrus taste from the Virginia. The alcohol, the Irish mist is almost non-existent, but it's hidden in there. It's there. There's a little bit of a tanginess in it. This is more of an aromatic English than just a straight English. And the English really doesn't start showing up, at least what I consider an English, until about halfway through the bowl. So for that first half, it is so mild and deceiving. It's difficult to put your finger on what is actually there, other than the spiciness from the Orientals right at the very beginning.
Right on.
I mean, it tastes good, but it's more tobacco taste than it is anything else.
It's definitely, it's not a very heavy blend. I wouldn't put this in after dinner or something like that. I could see this maybe as a quick 15-minute smoke kind of thing. If you wanted to go outside and you only had a little bit of time in between a shift or something like that, this could be a really good smoke for that because it's not just overly heavy.
It's pretty light. It could be an all-day smoke also. I consider this also a crossover blend. For those aromatic people that are wanting to venture into Englishes, this is a really light English, so it's a good way to kind of start picking up on some of those flavors a little bit that you would associate to English blends. You know, it's funny because it acts like a burley. It really does. Until about halfway through the bowl. And then you start getting some of those Englishes. It's not very harsh, but you got to be careful not to smoke this fast.
It will get hot.
Because it will get hot. And the moisture condition of this was perfect when we got it. I like it a little bit on the dry side, and it was definitely on the dry side, ready to smoke right then. Like I said, we've got the bulk version of this from smokingpipes.com, and the bulk version is about $2.94 an ounce. Now a tin, which is, I can't remember if it was 1.75 ounces or 2 ounces, but a tin is $9. So you're paying a little bit more for the tin version of this. And I wonder if the tin version has melded, those tobaccos have melded together a little bit better so that you don't get that spiciness at the beginning. I'm not sure. I haven't tried the tin version. That might be a good comparison.
I think it would be worth trying it.
Yeah, trying it and see what the difference between the two are. But $9 per tin is what it was. Once you get to that English flavor, it's pretty consistent all the way to the bottom. It doesn't change after that. So it tastes like an English from there. Leaves a little bit of moisture in the bottom of the bowl, but not too bad.
No, yeah.
The
bowl that I finished, I actually just tamped it out a couple minutes ago, and it actually burned relatively.
It's got a pleasant aftertaste as well. I like the aftertaste. It's like aromatic English on the aftertaste, what I taste. Like that Sutliff aromatic English that we tried earlier. It's very similar to that. This is an American-styled English blend, and it's an old-school version. So it's not fancy. It doesn't have all kinds of different nuances going on.
There's no crazy flavors to it. There's, it's a very straightforward tobacco smoke.
Now I did find out that for me at least, smoking it in a small chamber.
You're mentioning that. And,
it brought out some of the more flavors that I expect out of an English than in a wide bowl like this one.
I wonder why that is.
Maybe it's because the heat stays constrained in the bowl, and all of those flavors are on top of each other. So you're getting a little bit more of that. I don't know exactly. I don't know the physics of all of that. I just enjoy it.
Right.
So anyway, but that's kind of what I've noticed. It's a pretty cool smoke. It burns fast.
Yes, but it is cool if you smoke it slow, not slow, but if you take care of it.
Yeah, you got to puff on it, instead of really dragging on it a lot. And not much bite to it.
No, it's a very mellowed out smoke.
What about the nicotine hit on this? What do you think?
Mild. I would even say medium, mild to medium. It would be mild.
I would say mild too. Yeah, I smoked maybe 3 bowls of this today already. Yeah, and I don't feel any effect of the nicotine at all. So yeah, I would say mild as well. So what's your thoughts? What are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a 3.
A 3.
I'm going to stick with the 3. I think only because I'm not super big into Englishes, so this was a really, like you said, a nice introduction into kind of how Englishes taste, like what you're supposed to look for in English. It's subtle. You know, it's not like you said. English lovers probably aren't gonna really, you know.
Yeah, I think if you're an aromatic smoker wanting to try Englishes for a first time or something light, this is it. But for dedicated English smokers, I'm not convinced that this would be something that a person would like.
Right on.
Maybe for a change of pace now and then,
Yeah.
but as an English smoker, I would not put it in my rotation.
I actually kind of liked it, but 3 is where I'm going to keep it. Like I said, because I want to learn more about Englishes, so this was a cool one, and also how mellow it is. I could just see myself smoking this during the day and just getting right back to whatever I was doing. So it's a really good smoke, I think, for during.
We
the day.
didn't talk about the room note. What do you think about the room note on this?
It just I think that it just smells like a pretty straightforward tobacco blend. You know, it's not very heavy. It's not it's not going to offend anybody. It's a pretty light room note that just smells like a tobacco.
It goes away quickly too.
That as well.
Yeah, and it's very tobacco room note. Yeah, and it goes away quickly. To me, it's like some of those old codger blends that what they used to smell like back in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
That's kind of what I get out of this one as well. All right, well, you gave it a 3. I'm going to give it a 2.5. And the reason why I gave it a 2.5 was because as an English blend, which is what this is described as, it was just okay for me. You know, it wasn't just earth shattering for me. So 2.5, about middle of the road. You know,
Cool.
I'm not going to put it in my rotation. Tasty, but a little too light for me. So 2.5. So I guess on the average on that's 2.75, but I guess we'll bump it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and keep it up at 3.
Bump it up
Why
to a
not?
3.
We're nice guys here.
So here you go. 3 shots for Kramer's blend for Cary Grant. So we want to wish you guys a happy new year. Hope everything goes well for you. Hope the past year, your holidays were great. We had a very good time. Thank you guys for all of your comments, for all of your support. We found out just a couple of days ago that we were an honorable mention for the best of 2019 for the Country Squire radio show. They mentioned us as one of their honorable mentions for YouTube channel of the year for pipes. So
thank you guys. That actually means a lot.
That's really great, guys. We're doing this for the community. So if you've got any comments, if you've got any ideas, if you've got anything you want us to try, please send that information to us. You can put it underneath the video on this feed, or you can contact me through Facebook or Instagram. And I always get back to those people that make comments, and we try to incorporate all the things that you guys want to see happen on this video. So thank you again. We really do appreciate it. Next week we're going to do a Balkan blend, so be looking for that. And then from then on, we're going to let my boys kind of drive the bus, so to speak, and let them start picking some blends that they want to do impressions on. I've been kind of pushing this a little bit, so now I'm going to let you guys start picking some of your blends as well. So
it's gonna get wild.
That'll be
cool.
That'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes, because Ian is all about the aromatics.
And us three, me, you, and Nathan don't really get down on aromatics anymore. So
well, and you guys are Virginians, and I don't like that.
And Ian doesn't like them either, so it should be pretty cool.
So we'll get a pretty varied perspective on all of these ones that are coming up. But again, thank you very much. We do appreciate it, and don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time.
Take care, y'all.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.